just wanna say that I'm a big fan of fat crits and nourish. There is no frame better for this than the melee god himself, Kullervo. Kullervo build is pretty simple. Get as much ability power as you can, slap some duration on top of that, and you don't have to Umbra Forma him. I kinda regret putting Umbra Forma on him myself. After playing long time as Kullervo, I realized I'd rather have narrow-minded for the extra duration and shorter range. Why would I want shorter range? Cause his one is better for a buff for me than a heavy attack teleport. So shortening the range helps with not having it to teleport to target and heavy attack it for no reason. It's a great mobility as well, but since it resets bullet jump, I'd be fine with shorter range on it anyway. If I didn't Umbra Format, I'd put narrow-minded, Umbral Intensify, and either Carnage Carapace, Adaptation or Rolling Guard. And for the Arcanes, I use Arcane Fury always, and I swap between Mold Augmented and Arcane Strike, depending if I use Throne or I don't. For his primary, I'm using his own signature weapon, Rauta, with the only goal of the weapon being combo generation. Since Rauta generates 2 combo points for every pellet that lands, with a maximum of 28 combo points generated per single shot, so I mod around multi-shot, magazine capacity and fire rate, with secondary dexterity arcane for the extended combo duration. I'm using my specific Riven just to remove the damage on it, so I can get the combo points before the weapon kills anything I wanna generate the combo points on. As for the secondary weapon, I'm using either Grimoire or Nukor. Grimoire I mostly use cause of the Exidus Tome mode for the orb drop, to always keep the energy at max. I got the other Tome mode for ability strength, but I barely ever bother to get it up. And as for my Nukor, I use it as a primer with Magnetic Progenitor, Radiation Innate, Corrosive Modded with Cold, but I realized I barely ever prime anything, so that's why Grimoire is what I recently started to use. There is one more mod that I really like to have on my secondaries whenever I play any kind of heavy attack build, which is Carnage Stinger. Just try it out yourself, you'll love it. One of my favorite melee weapons to use on Kullervo is Siam. Reason it's my favorite is because of the unique trait that sends out the shockwaves. Those bad boys work multiplicatively to the condition overload mods, and that's just an insane increase in damage. I use Corrosive as the elemental of my choice, just because the Ferrite armor is the only really hard to deal with type of armor in this game. I got a little bit of the radiation on it from the Focus Radon mod, which I mainly use to get the extra heavy attack efficiency to cap out on the 90% maximum, alongside with the Kullervo's passive. There is also the third element, which is heat, that is forced on the heavy attacks, but let's be honest, we ain't gonna be priming with this weapon, we just straight up to the pure carnage. And this is why the arcane of choice for us is melee exposure, just to increase that already insane up front loaded amount of the damage this weapon can do. And for the Riven, if you don't have a Riven, just simply use Gladiator Might, Killing Blow, or wherever the fuck you really want on that one. My second favorite weapon I use most of the time is Serata. The reason being the Riven disposition and the cost of Riven compared to, for example, a Glaive Prime. We also get Corrosive on this one and Heavy Efficiency mod, but in this case it's gonna be Focus Energy. Overthrow is our strongest mod on the Throne weapons because the damage increase from it is multiplicative. Volatile Quick Return to increase the heavy attack explosion radius. Amalgam Organ Shatter for the crit damage and heavy attack wind up speed. So is the Killing Blow for the damage and wind up speed. For my case, I use Serata Riven instead of the Sacrificial Steel, but if you don't have the Riven, you can put the Sacrificial Steel in there. And the Arcane again is melee exposure. There are two companions that are a big part of every single weapon play. For the Siam, I'm using Sisters of Parvos Hound, which is probably the most crazy priming pet in the game. And I just love the fact that it's automatic priming. Batoten is probably the best weapon you can have on the Hound. You can just simply copy my builds that you see on the screen with the fact that Prime Reach and Spring Loaded mods are the slots for wherever you put on that. The other pet I use most of the time is Adarza Kavat. Is it Adarza Kavat? It's because the Cat's Eye. It gives you flat 60% critical strike chance for 13 seconds if you have Tech Enhance mod on, and it's roughly every 20 or 30 seconds. There's one more thing to Adarza Kavat, which is the Bite and Tenacious Bond mod combination. That simple combo of two mods gives you 1.2x final critical strike damage multiplier. Critical strike chance and critical strike damage. What else we can ask for? Okay, let's jump into a quick steel pad mission and let's have a look how all this plays out. For this showcase I will be going with my Serata and my Jadar Zakavat. Let me know if you liked my guide. If so, leave a like and subscribe, and let me know if you want some more broken beats like this one.